Welcome to this presentation on direct vent heating. We hope that you find this time well spent and very informative. My name is Chad Ackner. I'm the Technical Service Advisor for Dealers LP Equipment and the R.E. Michael Company. R.E. Michael has corporate headquarters in Glen Burnie, Maryland, while Dealers LP Equipment has locations in Davenport, Iowa, Louisville, Kentucky, Hickory, North Carolina, Jackson, Mississippi, Dothan, Alabama, and also Memphis, Tennessee. It's important to note that anything discussed today should not in any way be construed to override any of your local applicable codes, any of your insurance requirements, or any of your company policies. Anything referenced today is from NFPA 54 and also NFPA 58. All propane installations must comply with both NFPA 54 and NFPA 58. Those installations must also comply with your local AHJ, or authority having jurisdiction, which may be a local code enforcement agency or a fire marshal. Company policies must always be followed in addition to following manufacturer's instructions. Part of the code is to actually follow the manufacturer instructions, whether it pertains to NFPA 54 or NFPA 58. So that is actually written into the code. Always work safely, document everything that's performed during the installation or during the service work, and retain all documentation. A breakdown of the differences between NFPA 54 and NFPA 58 are that NFPA 58 will cover everything from the container all the way up until the outlet of the delivery regulator. Now that may be an integral twin stage regulator or a second stage regulator. NFPA 54 covers everything from the outlet of that very same regulator all the way inside the building. You might say, why sell direct vent products? Well, if you don't sell direct vent products, you may be missing out. Let me explain. Direct vent products will allow you to expand your product line, what you offer your customers. It'll provide some solutions for your customers. You may have a customer looking for a specific heating requirement or heating need that requires the heating unit to be direct vented to the outdoors. Obviously, you'll build a gas load. Direct vent units will consume more product than a vent-free appliance will. With building gas load, revenue increases. Also, many companies are providing direct vent appliances. Why wouldn't you do this? Today, homeowners are making their homes tighter and more efficient than ever. They may be doing this to cut down on fuel costs, to improve drafty rooms, to rely on the ability for a single heat source. Maybe it's to cut down on odors from vent-free products, or reduce the level of moisture in the home from vent-free products, whether it's space heat or hearth. There is one thing that is very clear, and that is that direct vent heating appliances are becoming more popular. So why would anyone choose a direct vent hearth product or a direct vent wall furnace as opposed to a vent-free appliance? Well, first of all, a direct vent appliance can be used as a sole heating source. Secondly, a direct vent appliance will eliminate any possible odor issues that are related to a vent-free heater or a vent-free hearth product. It's not the vent-free heater causing the odor. It's actually something in the environment that gets in the combustion process of a vent-free appliance that causes those odors to enter the room. But a direct vent appliance uses outdoor air for combustion, so that possibility is eliminated. And third, a direct vent appliance will eliminate any potential moisture issue that a vent-free appliance is contributing to the house. Remember, as I said, a direct vent appliance uses its combustion air or pulls its combustion air in from outdoors. Well, it also exhausts all of its byproducts of combustion outdoors as well. And this will eliminate any potential for moisture to enter the building. Direct vent appliances will allow you to build a better heating load because they will use more product. There's also multiple options available: blowers, thermostats, remote controls, and most direct vent appliances do not require electricity, so they will work when the power goes out. Here are some other points to consider. To heat the same amount of space, a direct vent heater will use about 30% more propane than a vent-free heater. Typically, a customer that burns 400 gallons a year with a vent-free unit will burn about 520 gallons a year with a direct vent unit because there is that heat loss to the outside of the building. What does this all translate to? Well, if you take an average price per gallon of $2.75, the vent-free heater will generate approximately $1,100 a year in revenue, while to heat that same space, the direct vent unit will generate approximately $1,430 in annual revenue. And we can even do a comparison of what a direct vent unit would consume compared to a vent-free unit based on the BTU input of that particular heater. 10,000 BTU input in vent-free would use about 300 gallons a year, compared to that same 10,000 BTUs in a direct vent would use about 390 gallons. 20,000 BTUs, a vent-free would consume about 400 gallons a year. A direct vent would consume about 515 gallons a year. 30,000 BTUs, a vent-free unit will use about 500 gallons a year. A direct vent unit would use approximately 650 gallons a year. And a 40,000 BTU vent-free heater would use about 600 gallons a year, while a 40,000 BTU direct vent heater would use just under 800 gallons a year at 780 or so gallons for that direct vent unit. Another thing that's important to remember is that now with a direct vent appliance, you have the ability to rely on it as a sole heating source. So while the propane gallons may be higher, the overall cost to the consumer may be less because they do not have to worry about using any other supplemental heat, such as a wood stove or an electric heater. We are proud to offer and be supported by two of the best direct vent heating manufacturers in the world: Empire Comfort Systems, making direct vent wall units requiring no electricity, and also manufacturing direct vent hearth products. And also Rinnai, manufacturers of high efficiency direct vent heating units. When installing an Empire direct vent wall furnace, it's important to review the sizing guidelines that Empire has created. These sizing guidelines are based on 4 different heating zones in the United States. 9, 7, 5, and 3 are all color-coded, and they all represent different geographies and also different average winter temperatures. So for example, a DV210 would heat a greater area in zone 3 certainly than it would in zone 9, and so forth. So by looking at all 4 heating zones and all 4 direct vent wall furnace products, you can make the determination as to which heater would work best depending on the amount of space being heated and also being dependent on what heating zone the installation is in. There are 2 different types of direct vent configurations to consider when sizing a direct vent appliance installation. Direct vent systems all rely on the ability to pull in combustion air from outdoors and exhaust all byproducts of combustion outdoors. Coaxial vent terminations do that by using a pipe within a pipe. Most often the outer pipe is used for air intake or using outdoor air for combustion, bringing in that cooler outdoor air, using it for combustion in the burner chamber. The inner pipe, by contrast, is created and designed to expel all byproducts of combustion outdoors. This design works well because the outer, cooler intake pipe creates an air gap between the inner, hotter exhaust pipe and any combustible materials. Here's a pretty typical look of a coaxial vent setup with a direct vent fireplace. Again, remember, this is a pipe within a pipe. The outer pipe will be bringing in the combustion air from outdoors and also creating that air gap between the inner exhaust pipe and any combustible materials that the vent happens to be passing through. This is not the same as a collinear, which we use in more traditional fireplace insert installations. The second type of direct vent configuration is called collinear. And generally, collinear type direct venting systems are used in gas inserts. For example, when a propane fireplace insert is being installed in place of a wood burning appliance. Collinear vent configurations are two pipes running side by side next to each other. One pipe is used for combustion air intake, and the other pipe is used for byproducts of combustion being vented to the outdoors. If you look at the examples on the screen, you'll notice that generally speaking, a collinear system is installed through a chimney chase connected to a direct vent termination on top of the chimney. This keeps the byproducts of combustion separate from the fresh air which is utilized for combustion. This allows for a cleaner burn and a more efficient burning appliance. What about more specifically direct vent wall furnaces? NFPA 54 classifies a direct vent wall furnace as a system composed of an appliance, combustion air, and flue gas connections between the appliance and outdoor atmosphere, and a vent cap supplied by the manufacturer. It states that it's constructed so that all air for combustion is obtained from outdoors, and all flue gases are discharged to the outdoors. Wall furnaces do not include floor furnaces, unit heaters, or central furnaces. In Chapter 10 of NFPA 54, it states that direct vent wall furnaces shall be installed with the vent air intake terminal in the outdoors. The thickness of the walls on which the furnace is mounted shall be within the range of wall thickness marked on the furnace and covered in the manufacturer's installation instructions. That goes along with most every other topic we discuss. The code book always refers to following the manufacturer's installations, and the theory behind that is that the engineers who wrote the code book do not know the equipment or the appliances as well as the engineers who've designed that equipment. So they will always defer to those engineers and the instruction manual that comes with that particular piece of equipment. Most direct vent appliances are considered to be listed appliances. And that basically means that these appliances were tested with the vent termination that they came with from the factory. So in particular, the instructions that are included with that direct vent furnace must be followed very closely. Proper venting clearances can be found in both the NFPA 54, in this case section 12, and also the manufacturer's installation instructions. NFPA 54 makes it a little bit easier by placing information in the text that indicates how far away the vent termination is required to be from certain things. For example, 12.9.3 identifies how many inches away the vent termination has to be from an air opening into the building. And those separation distances are based on the BTU input of those direct vent appliances. As I mentioned earlier in the presentation, most direct vent wall furnaces do not require electricity. So in a power outage, you still have a steady, stable, reliable heat source. Empire has pioneered this millivolt controlled direct vent wall furnace technology. This has proven to be an extremely reliable heat source year after year. In addition to very thorough installation instructions, Empire direct vent wall furnaces also include wall templates, basically a cardboard cutout showing exactly where not only the vent would need to be cut between the studs of the home, but also where the anchors in the wall would go as well. It also provides for a standoff off of the floor so the gas line can access the bottom side of the heater quickly and efficiently. If the home has vinyl siding, it's important to get a vinyl siding vent kit, either a VSK1 or a VSK2, depending on which size direct vent wall furnace that's being installed. Rinnai also makes a high efficiency energy saver direct vent wall furnace lineup. These do require electricity, however they are extremely reliable and they have also been proven to be extremely popular. Rinnai also packages their direct vent wall furnaces with very comprehensive wall templates. A hole can be drilled through the wall with a hole saw as small as 2 3/8 inches. Rinnai, along with Empire, provide a complete parts list with every installation manual. These are helpful if repairs are needed requiring OEM parts down the road. Again, in addition to the installation manual and using NFPA 54, flue terminal clearances can be found. Just like direct vent wall furnaces, direct vent hearth products can also be found. Whether it's a direct vent fireplace, a direct vent freestanding stove, or a direct vent fireplace insert, there are many varieties to choose from. Detailed installation instructions are also included in every hearth product, whether it's a fireplace, an insert, or a freestanding stove, as are a complete list of OEM replacement parts. Whether the job requires vertical venting or horizontal venting, direct vent fireplaces and direct vent freestanding stoves allow you the option to do either. And just like direct vent wall furnaces, direct vent hearth products come with vent terminal clearances listed in the instruction manual. Following these instructions, as well as adhering to NFPA 54 guidelines, will ensure a safe and legal installation. Direct vent fireplace inserts are popular with homeowners looking to replace that drafty, dirty, old wood burner. Again, these use a collinear direct vent setup, meaning two 3-inch aluminum chimney liners will be sent down the chimney chase connected to the top of the firebox and also connected to the bottom side of the turbination, which is installed at the top of the chimney. One 3-inch aluminum liner draws in combustion air. The other 3-inch liner expels combustion flue gases. Direct vent insert vent kits can be purchased in different lengths, depending on how tall the chimney is. The longest length available is 35 feet. OEM replacement parts for direct vent fireplace inserts are also readily available and listed in the installation manual. Let's try some Q&A to see if you've been paying attention. True or false, direct vent appliances cannot be used as a sole heat source? The answer is false. Number 2, direct vent appliances take combustion air from where? The answer is outside. Number 3, true or false, direct vent fireplace inserts use collinear venting systems? The answer is true. Number 4, installing direct vent appliances will blank revenue? The answer is increase. And number 5, true or false, 2 holes always must be made in the wall for the installation of direct vent appliances? The answer is false. I'd like to thank you for watching this presentation on direct vent heating. Hopefully you picked up a few things and are considering offering your customers this valuable product. Please contact Ari Michael or Dealers LP Equipment for more information.